What's up, Taiwan? How's it going? I'm Erika Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan police have caught the ringleader of a group that posted fake job ads, then kidnapped people who showed up for interviews. But while this group has been busted, similar gangs are coming up with new ways to lure victims. John Van Trieste reports.
Scenes so distressing, the footage has to be blurred. Dozens of people who were held prisoner and tortured. They had been kidnapped by a criminal group and forced to empty their bank accounts. Many were lured in by promises of job interviews, but were then abducted. 58 of the gang's victims are now free, but 3 others are known to have died. So far, 28 suspects are in police custody. Among the latest arrested, this man, one of the ring's alleged leaders, who went on the run, only to be caught in Taiwan's far south.
他可能知道我们早晚会查到他，所以开始就等于是逃亡了，逃亡就跑到南部去嘛。或许他是等风头过后，如果没查到他，他再回来。
While they've largely cracked this criminal group, others like it continue to operate, such as the gang this man allegedly belonged to. Police say he and his accomplices had forcibly held at least 3 people in a hotel room. The authorities say this group would befriend players of online games and arrange to meet up in person, only to kidnap them. There's no sign this group used torture, and the victims were later released, but not before their bank accounts were used for money laundering.
接获民众报案称其个人名下银行账户遭网友诈骗，遭银行设定为警示账户。经清查，其银行账户过去1个月不法金流高达新台币近2000万。
Police have ramped up efforts to combat criminal rings such as these. In Taipei, they've conducted searches of hotels and other lodgings where victims of extortion gangs might be held. On a national level, authorities are working to take down fake online ads that promise high-paying jobs. Police say they're not just targeting low-level gang members. They're also going after the masterminds behind such groups, with the aim of breaking up these criminal rings permanently. Patrick Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan health authorities say COVID patients who break quarantine to vote in the upcoming local elections will be fined. Under Taiwan law, confirmed COVID patients must self-isolate and aren't allowed to go outside, even to cast their ballots. Violators could be fined up to $62,000 US. But the country's pandemic response task force has recently cut mandatory quarantine from 7 days to 5, meaning fewer people should be affected on the November 26th elections. In October, the price of everyday products like eggs, cooking oil, and bread rose nearly 7% from the same time last year. That's according to Taiwan's main statistics bureau. This is the biggest price hike for such items in almost 14 years. The statistics agency says food prices have gone up again because animal feed is still expensive globally. Also, Taiwan's currency is getting weaker, making it more costly to purchase goods from overseas. Overall, consumer goods prices in October rose by about 2.7% from the same month last year. That's a little less than in September, but it still means 15 straight months above the central bank's target rate of 2%. Taiwanese environmental groups are calling on the government to cut carbon emissions much faster than planned. Right now, Taiwan aims to slash 20% of emissions by 2030, but campaigners say that's much less ambitious than other countries, where the goal is to cut 40%. Campaign groups in Taiwan are using the COP27 climate conference in Egypt to push their case for drastic action. They say that Taiwan's government is moving much too slowly to reach net zero emissions by 2050.
而如果我们把减量责任全部都是推到2030年之后的话，那就代表说我们政府没有要负起在气候政策上面的政治责任。
Lawmakers are raising concerns about national security after Chinese-made parts were found in drones used in Taiwan's National Day celebrations. Premier Su Zhenchang has called for a thorough investigation into the issue. The revelation has prompted renewed questions about the safety of Taiwan's drone industry, especially ones used in the military. The head of the National Zhongshan Institute of Science and Technology, which manufactures Taiwan's military drones, denied responsibility for the models used in the National Day show. Defense Minister Cho Guo-cheng told legislators that the military strictly prohibits use of Chinese-made components in any of its drones. The world was treated to a rare lunar eclipse on Tuesday night. However, people in Taiwan were able to see more than just the eclipse. They are also able to experience a far rarer phenomenon that will not happen again for a millennia.
On Tuesday night, people in different parts of the world witnessed the Earth's shadow completely cover the moon. During lunar eclipses such as this, the moon turns a reddish color. This happens as sparse amounts of sunlight make it past the Earth and onto the moon's surface. The red color occurs as dust and gas in the Earth's atmosphere distorts the light. This occurrence is commonly known as a blood moon. But viewers here were treated to much more than just the lunar eclipse. In Taiwan, the moon passed by the planet Uranus, blocking it from view during the totality of the eclipse. An alignment such as this won't occur again for more than 2,000 years.
这个时候，如果月亮又刚好遮掩住一颗行星，我们称之为月掩星的天象，要能够凑在一起，需要地球、月亮、还有天王星以及遥远的太阳这4个才有办法发生。
In total, the blood moon was visible for about an hour and a half. Unfortunately, not all were able to set eyes on the celestial spectacle. Moon gazers in northern and eastern Taiwan would have had their view obscured by cloudy weather. But for those who were able to see, they witnessed an event the likes of which will not take place again until the year 4344, an astronomically long time from now. Patrick Chen and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
The works of Nobel Prize winner Gao Xingjian have been put on display for the first time. The author's writings tell of his experiences growing up in China and surviving the Cultural Revolution. Jaime Ocon reports.
Manuscripts, notes, and pictures telling the story of one man's life. These are the works of French-Chinese author Gao Xingjian. Over 600 items documenting his experiences are on display at the National Taiwan Normal University in Taipei. This is the first time Gao's works have been showcased to the public. The 82-year-old, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in the year 2000, says having his life's work on display is a true privilege.
台湾现今已经成了我的故乡，师大也是我的大学，这不仅是我的荣耀，也无比亲切。
Gao was born in Jiangxi province in eastern China in the early 1940s. He would go on to write several plays and poems about his time there. The Chinese Communist Party considered many of Gao's writings subversive. One of his seminal works, Soul Mountain, details his encounters and experiences during the brutality of China's Cultural Revolution. Fearing state persecution, Gao fled to France in 1989. He then came back to Taiwan and started lecturing at National Taiwan Normal University in 2012. A number of the author's pieces are on display in their original form. That is despite calls to digitalize the works on show over fears the original could be damaged.
后来因为都是有打字啦，或有电脑的东西，就是再要有老师的这样子的一些手稿，这个的证据呢，我们觉得这个已经是全部都在这里。
Officials at the gallery say Gao's pieces are not just important for preserving history, but also for aiding the teachings and research of future generations.
我也觉得是以后不管美术史或是任何的史学家，他们要来做研究的时候，就会从 那个画绝对可以展示他的心境，展示他所有的一些的事情嘛。
The exhibition will be on display until mid-December. The author himself was unable to visit the museum due to health issues, but Gao hopes that the works on display will tell his story for him. Klein Wong and Jaime Ocon for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with images of Tuesday night's blood moon glowing over the Acropolis in Athens. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.